Good evening, Yorktown. It's Supervisor Matt Slater coming to you live from Town Hall. Wanted to provide everyone with a quick update on the situation regarding COVID-19. Starting with the numbers for today, the latest information we've received from the Department of Health shows that we've had 15 new cases in the town of Yorktown, and we have a current active caseload. Again, active cases meaning those who have tested positive for COVID-19 of 186. Now, I just want to take a moment to show you a little bit of a comparison. On December 4th of last year, we were at 203, and December 8th, we were at 230. Again, today we are at 186 cases. We continue to provide this information right on the town's website, and you can see the trend lines that are plotted on the graph of cumulative active cases by month, by date. And again, I think it's safe to say that the predicted holiday spikes are, of course, upon us. I have been in touch with the county executive, George Latimer. I have been in touch with the Commissioner of Health, Dr. Shalita Amler, and members of the Health Department. As a reminder, they were expecting spikes from Halloween, and we saw them. They were expecting spikes from Thanksgiving, and we're seeing them. They are continuing to expect spikes throughout the holiday season for a number of reasons. Again, those being gatherings. Number one, we're indoors because it's cold out, and we are seeing that reflected in the numbers. Again, when you go on to the yorktownny.org website and you look at the graph that is on the Community Impact Dashboard, you will see that it is reflective in the numbers. Countywide, the county executive gave another great update yesterday about where is COVID in the county, what is the situation in the county. And the countywide today, we were at 3,408 active cases, and that's 283 new cases throughout Westchester County. A couple of things just to keep in mind. As of December 4th, the infection rate for Westchester County, as reported by our partners in county government, was 3.3%. Hospitalizations, again, this is for the entire county, not Yorktown specific. As a reminder, just to remind us and the residents about this one particular point, we do not get notified of hospitalizations by community. We do not get notified of deaths by community. All we know is the active caseload and the new caseload. But we do know from the update provided by County Executive Latimer yesterday that there were 84 hospitalizations in Westchester County, and there have been 4 deaths over the past month. Now, it's important to put that into perspective, and it's important to understand that those numbers and the severity of COVID-19 has declined drastically. And when people wonder what that is a direct correlation with the effectiveness of the vaccine and the vaccine efforts by Westchester County and the town of Yorktown and all of our neighbors and partners in government. Just here in Westchester County, the county executive did provide information that we are at 93% vaccination rate of those 18 plus, which is phenomenal. That is a phenomenal number to be at and a great milestone for the residents of this county. Yorktown has continued to provide opportunities for residents to get vaccinated, to receive boosters, and we're continuing to do that. There was one today at the John C. Hart Memorial Library in Shrub Oak. There was one last week at the Capellini Center. There is another booster clinic scheduled for the 14th, again at the Capellini Center, and a pediatric vaccine clinic on the 16th. These are all open to the public. Residents can go right onto the town's website to find more information about how to sign up. And we believe, obviously, as we have since last March when the vaccine rollout began, that it's critically important that we provide this service right here in our own backyard. And that we aren't asking residents to travel to far distances, travel to the Javits Center, travel down county to receive the vaccine for those who wish. Now, there is no vaccine mandate here in the town of Yorktown or in Westchester County at this point in time. I know that there obviously have been updates in that realm from New York City and Mayor de Blasio, but currently in the town of Yorktown and Westchester County, vaccine mandates and mask mandates do not currently exist. There are mask mandates for county buildings, to enter county buildings. We do have requirements here for our own facilities in the town of Yorktown. If you're coming to the town hall, we are still requiring residents, regardless of your vaccination status, to wear a mask. And the reason we do that is because the CDC's recommendation is if you're in groups and you don't know everyone's vaccination status, and you're indoors, the recommendation is to wear masks. And so we are following the CDC guidance in that realm. We are doing that also to protect our employees who have continued to make sure that government continues to work here for the town of Yorktown. And again, Town Hall is open to the public. You can walk right in. We do have our other departments that are all operational and working. We haven't stopped working even through the height of the pandemic. But I do know that, again, it's important for the residents of Yorktown to understand what is happening here in our backyard. And that's 186 active cases as of today, 15 new. Really important, again, that we remember how to flatten that curve. And we've heard the phrase before, we do see the numbers trending in that direction, but we know it works. We know the vaccine works. We know the vaccine is the best weapon that we have against the virus. We know that social distancing and mask wearing works. We know that if you're not feeling well, to stay home, do not go out into public, and to contact your healthcare provider. We know these things because at this point, all those steps are really common sense. And so we need to make sure that we are relying on those measures once again. We need to make sure that we're making smart decisions for ourselves and our families and our neighbors and our community again. And we need to just acknowledge the fact that COVID is still here, that we are anticipating to see the numbers continue to rise. And we are once again hoping and engaging and asking the residents of Yorktown to do what we know best, and that's to make sure that we are taking the proper precautions and we're taking the proper steps and we're being good neighbors and we're being respectful neighbors and we're understanding that COVID, again, is here in the town of Yorktown. Now, the county executive is preparing to issue a declaration, an emergency declaration for Westchester County. We have not seen the details or the specifics. We do not believe at this point in time that there are any mandates associated with that. But we will continue to provide that information once we receive it and we can understand and be able to explain how and what ways it may impact the residents of Yorktown. But I think it is a clear indication for the residents of Yorktown, once again, that COVID is once again reaching a significant level, that we should take it seriously, that we are reaching that emergency level again with over 3,000 active cases in Westchester County today, over 3,400, 283 new cases in Westchester County. That from a regional standpoint, it is important that, again, we recognize and we react properly. And so here in the town of Yorktown, we're going to continue to monitor and measure the impact of COVID-19 on our community. We're going to continue to urge our residents who have not been vaccinated to consider being vaccinated again. No mandate just yet, but we see by the decline in the severity of the COVID vaccine, of the COVID virus, we see that the vaccine works. I mean, that's just, the correlation is quite clear compared to where we were last year, and the number of people in the hospital now, again, 84 hospitalizations in Westchester. This time last year, we were nearly 500, and the deaths we are having right now, and again, our thoughts and prayers to all those who have lost their battle with COVID-19. There have been 4 deaths in Westchester County over the past month. That number significantly less than what we were dealing with, again, this time last year. And I, again, want to make sure the residents of Yorktown understand the town government is paying very close attention to the current situation. We are in constant contact with the Department of Health of Westchester County. We are again, working collaboratively and collectively and not in a non-political manner with our partners in county government, in the state government, and the federal government, because we want to make sure that the residents of Yorktown have the best information to make the best decisions for themselves, for their family, and for the residents of Yorktown. So again, I ask my fellow neighbors, be a good neighbor. We've talked about this before. Be a good neighbor, be a respectful neighbor. Understand that if people are wearing masks, it is not It is not a time for criticism. It is not a time for judging, but it is a time for us to once again to come together as a community and to be a community and to enjoy the holidays and enjoy them safely. And so we will continue, as we've done in the past, to provide accurate and verified information. We will continue to listen to the experts. We will continue to engage the medical professionals here in the town of Yorktown, and we have several of them that we continue to communicate with, as well as those on the county and the state level. So until then, Yorktown, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.